desert calls with a voice.
All right, let's dive right in. Today we're unpacking a really powerful metaphor, one that gets to the absolute core of how we make choices. It's a simple idea, but trust me, it has huge implications for building a life that actually means something. And it all kicks off with a pretty intense story of survival.
So I want you to imagine this. You're out in the middle of nowhere, like a harsh, unforgiving wilderness, and you haven't eaten for 40 days. 40! You're weak, you're vulnerable, you are literally starving.
And right then, at your absolute lowest point, you see a stone, and a thought pops into your head, a suggestion. Hey, you have the power. Just turn that useless rock into a nice, warm loaf of bread. I mean, what would you do?
Okay, so this whole scenario, it comes from an ancient story, but here's the thing. It isn't just about something that happened thousands of years ago. It's about a fundamental choice that you and I face every single day. It's that constant pull between what feels good right now and what's actually good for us in the long run. You know, that battle between immediate comfort and building real character?
And the answer given in that moment, it was this: man shall not live by bread alone. Now, that is a pretty radical statement, right? It's basically saying that what truly sustains us, what really keeps us going, isn't just about stuffing our faces to meet our immediate needs. It's about trusting in something deeper, something more permanent, something more real than a quick fix we whip up in a moment of panic.
So this really sets up the central conflict perfectly. Think about it. The stone, that represents the foundational stuff, the things we build with, our character, our integrity, our core values. Yeah, they're not instantly gratifying, but man, they last. And then you've got the bread. That's the quick fix, the easy out. It gives you that immediate relief, sure, but once you eat it, it's gone. And you're right back where you started, hungry again.
And what's so wild is that this ancient wisdom is perfectly backed up by modern psychology. I mean, it turns out our brains are literally hardwired for this exact struggle between the stone and the bread.
And you've probably heard of this, the famous Stanford marshmallow test. The question was so simple. They'd set a kid down and say, look, you can have this one marshmallow right now, or if you can just wait a few minutes, you can have 2 marshmallows later. I mean, it's the perfect modern-day version of that exact same choice, stone or bread.
Well, they tracked these kids for years, and the results were just mind-blowing. The kids who were able to wait for that second marshmallow, the ones who chose long-term value over that instant fix, they ended up with higher SAT scores, better relationships, healthier lives, you name it. That one little choice was a massive predictor of a well-built, successful life.
And this gets right down to the brain chemistry of it all. It turns out that rush of dopamine, that reward chemical, it's not even released when we get the pleasure. It's released in anticipation of it. It's the promise of the reward that hooks us. And you better believe, modern tech, from social media dings to one-click shopping, has totally perfected the art of hijacking that system, making the lure of that instant bread more powerful than it has ever been.
So, okay, this isn't just some abstract psych experiment, right? This choice, stone versus bread, it shows up everywhere, in the most important parts of our daily lives. Let's break down what these modern stones and bread temptations actually look like.
First up, let's talk about money, our finances. I mean, the entire modern consumer economy is basically designed to get us to turn our financial stones into instant bread.
And you can see the trade-off so clearly here, can't you? Building an emergency fund, that's a total stone choice. It's slow, it's kind of boring, but it creates real long-term security. Then you've got that impulse buy on a credit card. That is pure bread, instant gratification. But what are you really doing? You're eating your future financial stability. We're constantly trading lasting peace of mind for a want that's gone in a flash.
All right, now let's look at our health and well-being. It's the exact same principle. Building long-term vitality, feeling good for years to come, that takes consistent, sometimes hard choices. And meanwhile, the temptations for immediate comfort are they're everywhere.
And it really is a daily battle, isn't it? Cooking a nutritious meal, that's a stone. It takes effort, but you're building your health brick by brick. Ordering fast food, total bread. It's easy, it satisfies that immediate hunger, but it chips away at your long-term well-being. Over and over, we trade future energy for a little convenience right now.
And finally, let's bring this home to our relationships. I mean, our connections with other people. These deep relationships are maybe the most important things we'll ever build, but boy, do they require patience.
Think about it. Real connection, real intimacy, that's a stone. It's built slowly through tough, honest conversations. The bread temptation, that's avoiding the conflict, distracting ourselves, or just scrolling online to get a quick hit of validation from strangers. We end up sacrificing the chance for something really deep and meaningful for the temporary high of surface-level approval. Okay, so it's one thing to know all this, right? To see the temptations, but that's not enough. The real question is, how do we actually get better at choosing the stone over the bread? How do we build a life on foundations that won't crumble when things get tough?
Well, the good news is there's a really clear, actionable framework for this. And it's not about just gritting your teeth and trying to find more willpower. No, it's about being intentional in 4 key areas that actually make the right choice the easy choice.
Step 1, you've got to know what you're building with. You have to define your core values, your non-negotiables, things like integrity, family, community, faith, whatever they are for you. These are your stones. Without that blueprint, you're just guessing. You have no way of knowing if a choice is actually building your foundation or if it's just, feeding a momentary whim. And this next part is just brilliant. It's all about making the right choice the easy choice. You do that by creating systems. So instead of fighting temptation every single day, you actually design your life to support your goals. We're talking about things like automatic savings transfers, prepping your healthy meals for the week, or scheduling specific tech-free time with your family. It takes the daily battle out of the equation and makes building with stones your new default setting.
And of course, a huge part of this is that you don't have to build it all alone. That's step 3. Find your community. Surround yourself with people who get it, who support the foundational choices you're trying to make. And then, step 4, you have to celebrate the small victories. Acknowledge every single time you choose the stone, because that reinforces the habit and builds momentum. Because at the end of the day, this isn't some giant decision you make once. It's a choice you face in 100 small ways every single day. The quality of your life tomorrow is being determined right now by the small foundational choices you make today. So the only question left is, what stone will you build with?